Okay, so as many of you guys are aware, a couple days ago there was a login issue where players who were connected solely to Facebook lost access to the game for 48 hours. And in that time, they lost a bunch of tokens for the Doctor Strange event. They lost access to the free CTP that many of us are going to get access to after reset today. They also missed out on a couple days of ABX reward, a story mode fragment, a bunch of different things. And because of that, players have been demanding compensation. In addition to that, something that I didn't initially think of is the fact that since players couldn't log in for 48 hours, if they had a subscription going like a Stark Stash or a bio sub for mutants or for the regular characters that you can get in the monthly selector, they lost access to those things as well. And because of that, players have been hitting me up in the DMs asking me, when do I think netmarble is going to compensate players? And I thought since we didn't hear anything since Friday, we probably weren't going to get any kind of compensation, or at least they weren't, because even though it did affect me, I could still log in because I had multiple devices with my account saved on it. That was not the case for everyone. And today, netmarble actually decided to release a notice letting us know that players will be compensated for the Facebook login issue. So let's take a look at what these guys decided to give out as compensation for players getting locked out of the game for 48 hours by no fault of their own. Now, they did make it clear that this was not their fault and this only happened because of Facebook. However, I still think that they should compensate the players that missed out on several days of events, especially considering the importance of some of the rewards that people missed out on. So the post reads, "Greetings agents, this is CM Fragment of Marvel Future Fight. We'd first like to apologize for the inconvenience with access to the game due to the Facebook account login issue that has occurred since 5/17 Tuesday." Okay, so that was last week Tuesday, a full week ago. The issue has been resolved, and this was resolved on Friday. Keep in mind, I said that the game was down for 48 hours. Because for me, it didn't start acting up until Wednesday. However, apparently this was going on since Tuesday. If that's the case, some people, depending on where they live in the world, they might have missed out on 3 days worth of Doctor Strange event tokens and 3 days worth of login events. Okay, let's talk. And we have prepared compensation for agents who experience inconvenience logging into the game with their Facebook account as an apology. Here is the compensation, boys. Target agents who linked their Facebook account to the game prior to the issue and were unable, this is very important, right? So for people like me, even though my account was linked to the game, I didn't have any issues, so I don't think I am going to get the 300 crystals. That's the compensation. This is going to only be for players who had their accounts connected to Facebook but could not log in for 2 days. This is the compensation. The rewards are scheduled to be distributed in order by 5/27, so within the next 2 days. A further notice will be made when the distribution for each product has been completed. The crystal compensation will be distributed to your inbox and can be received within 3 days of the distribution date. So they're going to send it by Friday, and by the 30th, if you don't collect it from your inbox, it's going to be gone forever. Now, in addition to that, there's going to be compensation for subscription products. So something that I didn't mention in the 2 videos I did on the Facebook issue was the subscription things, stuff like Shield Support, Stark Stash, or the monthly X-Gene or Biosub packages, or anything that you buy and you have to log in to collect. So the daily chest loot, which I don't think is a very good deal, so I've never bought it, but the daily subscriptions and the Stark Stash. So the Target subscription products, these are the ones that they're talking about, and they're going to basically give you additional days. So let's read here and see what it says. The rewards are scheduled to be distributed in order by 5/31, so next week Tuesday, that is before the update, and a further notice will be made when the products have been completed. The extension, okay, so basically what they're gonna do is just send these packages to you in your inbox, and when you collect them, it's going to give you 2 or 3 days to your existing subscription. We saw them do this before when they gave everyone in the game a couple of days of Shield support for free to try and boost membership. So this is definitely not out of the realm of possibilities for them to do. Additionally, it reads down here, extension items can be received within 7 days of the distribution date. So for example, the Shield support, this thing is going to be in your inbox after they send it to you for 7 days. After that, it is going to expire. Moving on, it says for subscription products that relate to items, the items will be distributed directly, and the items will be distributed to your inbox and can be received within 3 days of the distribution date. So unlike the Shield support and other things that give you an extension to features in the game, anything that gives you an item, that's going to be sent directly to your box. So like your Stark stash or whatever, that's going to get sent to your inbox and you're going to have up to 3 days to collect it. The amount of crystals that couldn't be received from Tony Stark stash will be distributed directly to your inbox. So they're going to basically accumulate those 2 or 3 days that you missed, put it in one lump sum, and then send it directly to your inbox. So make sure you log in and collect those. It's either going to be 150 or 225 crystals, and then they basically just tell you right here, if you have any further issues, you can either click this link on the forums or you can go in game and submit an inquiry. Now my issue with this is I don't think 300 crystals is enough. I'm happy to see that the people who spent money on the game to get these services were actually able to get the days back that they were missing through no fault of their own. However, I am very upset because of the fact that there is this login event, and I know this is free stuff, but how annoying would it be if you logged in for 25 days, right, in a row, every single day, played the game, and then something happened through no fault of your own, the game is not accessible to you, you're locked out for 3 days, and because of that, you miss out on the dimension chest that gives you the free CTP every month. This is not cool. So netmarble needs to fix this. Now you guys are probably gonna say, well, they're giving out 300 crystals on the forums here, so you can use those 300 crystals to make up for the 2 or 3 days that you're missing. Actually, that's not the case, because it takes 300 crystals for the first day that you're trying to skip over if you miss one, and then I believe after that it's 450, and then after that it's like 600. So if you are trying to make up for the past days, you're gonna have to spend crystals out of your own pocket to make up for the days that you missed because of this whole Facebook login issue. And I don't think players should be penalized like this. This is terrible. It's bad enough that players have already missed out on the Doctor Strange token event. I'm not sure why they waited until today to do this, right? I honestly think they should have done this on Sunday or Monday even. Monday morning, first thing before the Doctor Strange token event ended, they should have sent all of these people 100 tokens or 150 tokens to make up for the fact that they could not access the game. That's no skin off your bones. Like seriously guys, at this point, I've lost count of the amount of photos like these that I've seen on the forums where players are coming to the end of the event and they lost out on getting a premium card or a CTP from the Doctor Strange event quest, all because they couldn't log in for those 2 days to get those extra 100 tokens. I'm serious guys, this is such a bummer, man. And in addition to that, netmarble couldn't at the very least give them enough crystals so that they could go back and pay to unlock these 2 days. 300 crystals is not enough. If I'm not mistaken, it's gonna cost you at least 750 crystals. I believe the first time you pay to skip a day, it's 300, and then after that, it's 450. If I'm incorrect, comment down below and let me know, guys. It's either 600 crystals you need to make up for those 2 days that you missed because you couldn't log in for at least 48 hours, or it's 750. Either way, netmarble knows the math. If they actually wanted to make sure that players didn't miss out, they should have given them 150 tokens yesterday and given them 600 crystals to make up for those days that they couldn't log in. Are they really not thinking about the events that they have going on right now and how it impacts players regardless of whether or not they're spenders? Like the morale, just thinking about the fact that you were playing the game and you were on pace to get all of these amazing rewards and you got locked out of the game through no fault of your own and you're being punished like this is terrible, man. And that's not the only thing that people are missing out on. Let's be real, guys. There's other things going on in the game. Like, for example, they missed out on their 25 daily crystals and their 30 weekly crystals because this thing happened on Tuesday and it lasted until Friday, right? So more than likely these people didn't get the daily challenges done, so they missed out on the 30 crystals for the weekly and 25 crystals per day. In addition to that, they missed out on all these ABX rewards. They also missed out on timeline battle. Let's not forget, I'm not too sure if the timeline battle crystals still got sent to you, but if you didn't play timeline battle for like half the week, then you more than likely didn't rank very high, so your rewards for the week probably not very good. So it's just really bad, especially right now where pretty much everyone that's playing the game that actually cares about being competitive, playing story mode is a big deal. So missing out on 2-3 days worth of story missions, you could be costing yourself an Odin's Blessing, a CTP, or a premium card. Like, to me, I play this thing religiously. So if I couldn't play it for one day, I'll think to myself, man, that one day that I couldn't play it, that was a CTP, that was a premium card. Like, my OCD be acting up. So let's not even forget, boys, World Boss Legend, okay? And then, yo, there's so much that you miss out on for not playing for a couple days. You also missed out on these tokens from Giant Boss Raid. You mean to tell me that all of these things that you missed out on is the equivalent of 300 crystals? Come on, netmarble. If I didn't have a subscription active, right? Let's count me out, or let's count some players out. Not everyone has a subscription going right now. So you mean to tell me that all of those rewards that players missed out on, right? The Doctor Strange token event, which could have given an artifact selector, a mega tier 2, a CTP, or a premium card. Those are like the top rewards. There are other rewards, obviously. 2 to 3 days worth of World Boss Legend rewards. So CCF, EOD, TCP, all that stuff. Potential premium card and all that stuff. Tokens from Giant Boss Raid towards your next premium card. ABX rewards, timeline battle crystals, and all that stuff. You mean to tell me all of that is the equivalent of 300 crystals? Come on, man. Treat your players better, bro. Like, I know this didn't affect me, but just because something doesn't affect me personally and I didn't lose anything, it doesn't mean it's right. Because today for me, tomorrow for you, or today for you, tomorrow for me. It didn't happen to me this time, but it could happen to me next time. And if that was the case, I would want someone to speak up for me, and I would want to be treated, or at least compensated adequately for some of the things that I'm losing out on. Come on, man, netmarble, do better, bro. I think y'all should give these players at least 1,500 crystals, man. Like, come on. I think that's the least y'all can do. I know you gave it a lot of stuff for the anniversary, and I give you guys your flowers when you deserve it, but I think you handled this poorly. I think players should have been compensated more, or if you only wanted to give them 300 crystals, at the very least, yesterday, you guys should have given them 150 tokens so that they didn't miss out on all of the Doctor Strange event token stuff. That's where I'm gonna end it, guys. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. I'm gone.